All right. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy to be here. Happy to share the practice with all of you from all over the country. It's an honor always to be here and to share my passion with each and every one of you. Today's practice, I called it decompress with ease and compassion. And the big word here is with ease. Through our practice today, we have a kind of like a flowy practice today. And I would love for each and every one of you to have an opportunity to practice to the best of your ability. So there is something here for everyone. There's always modifications. I would encourage you to listen to your body. If you're nursing injury, please be your own doctor. I'm not here to see you, but I trust that you know when you're going too far. That's why the key word today is ease. Find ease in your practice. As I said, if you have a couple of blocks or any props that would assist you instead of blocks, that would be helpful. If you have a strap, it's always nice to keep it nearby. If you cannot hear me, like I said, I charge both batteries on my microphone, and when I came here, it looks like one of the batteries is low, so I have no idea how long it will go. And if that's the case, I'll just take it off and we'll just use the microphone that comes with the with my iPad. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Child's pose. If you're super flexible, I would say bring your knees a little closer, big toes touch together. If you're not that flexible, open your knees wide, and many of you may need even a block underneath your hips. Today we're going to start with the arms a little different, so bring the palms together. Walk your elbows forward and bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. So walk your elbows as far forward as you possibly can. Relax your forehead on the floor, and if it's not touching the floor, maybe a block. If your elbows are not touching the floor, then feel free to put blocks or pillow underneath your elbows. And then draw your hips back and get started with checking in with your practice. Breathe in and breathe out. To create ease in the body, stay in your child's pose. We need to focus on the breath. The breath has the power to unwind the body from within. And then from the get-go, from your third eye, turn your inner flashlight on. And then find your inner light traveling through you, so you're bringing the awareness to your body. What are you feeling? Where are you feeling? If you create more space, feel free to walk your elbows further away from your body. And then draw the hips in the opposite direction. Turn the light on into your rib cage, and then envision this small accordion within your rib cage, within your chest cavity. With each inhalation, expanding in 3 dimensions: front, back, sides. Pause at the top of your breath. Acknowledge what you feel where you are in your body, and then exhale everything out of there. Pause at the bottom of your exhalation until you feel the urge for your next inhalation. Quieten your mind and find that path of your breath and your gaze working together. Where you feel resistance in your body, acknowledge that. That's why your inner flashlight is there, to be your inner voice. And that's where you shine your inner breath. Create a sense of compassion and ease in your body. Slowly, slowly, extend your hands forward. Walk your hands to the left. Lower your left forearm to the floor. Cupcake your right hand and then reach your right hand to the left as far out as you possibly can. Then draw the right shoulder into the shoulder joint and then draw the right hip back. Keep your spine long, keep your neck neutral. And your right ear will be aligned with your inner bicep. Again, each pose offering you a different experience. Notice what your inner flashlight is exhibiting to you, and that's where you breathe in gently and breathe out. Draw the right hip away from your body. Slowly, slowly walk forward. Take your right hand to the right forearm to the floor. Reach your left fingertips away from your body to the right. Draw the left shoulder into the shoulder socket and draw the left hip back. Breathe here. Notice the quality of your breath, creating a sense of ease and compassion within your body to decompress, to let go. Notice the connection from your left fingertips to your left sitting bone. Slowly gaze forward and then bring your fingertips towards your knees. Lift your sitting bones off your heels and come all the way up. A few shoulder rolls. Breathe in and breathe out. Keep going. Go the opposite direction, please. And now from here, lift your arms over your head. Interlace your fingers. Flip your fingers away from your body. And now lengthen your side waistline, your rib cage. Breathe here. Relax. Intercostal. And now from here, inhale. Lengthen your rib cage. Side bend to the right. Draw the left sitting bone down, lift your rib cage up and over. Again, remember the key point today is decompressing with ease, compassion. Don't try to go to 100. Your breath will allow you to know if you are at ease or you're overdoing it. Slowly come center, inhale. Exhale, go to the other side. Lengthen, draw the right hip down, lift your rib cage up and over, and then quieten your mind. By quieting your mind, you're breathing and you're spray painting your inner body with your inner light. Slowly come center, release your arms all the way down. Oh, I feel the heat. All right, we're carrying on. Lift your arms over your head, inhale. On the next exhale, right hand goes back, left hand forward, drop your hips to your heels. Make it flowy at ease. Inhale, lift up, gaze up maybe. Exhale, change your hands. That's the variation of cow and cat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, change. Inhale, lift. Engage your glutes slightly. Exhale, change. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, change. Slowly lift all the way up, inhale. And then on the exhale, come into crawling position, all fours, shoulders over your wrist, hips over your knees. Turn your inner elbows forward, gaze forward, and now hug your belly into your spine. Lengthen the crown of your head, and now create a sense of roundness between your shoulder blades. Feel that position, and now from here, you're trying to draw your wrists away from another, it's just energetically. And then draw the heels of your hands towards your armpits. So your core is gonna come on board, okay? So slight protraction here, rounding your upper back, draw the wrists away from each other, and now draw the heels towards your armpits or towards your knees. Gaze forward. Breathe here. Now from here, inhale, we're gonna find a little balancing. Lift, extend your right leg out to align with your left foot. So your right foot, usually we pivot the left foot, this time it's staying where it is. Ground your right foot down to the floor, and now bend the right elbow, lift up. Breathe here. On the exhale, gaze forward. Bring your right knee next to the left knee. Slide your right arm under the left arm, but don't touch the floor. Draw the left shoulder back. With resistance, pull your right arm all the way up. Extend your right leg out to modified side plank. There's a balance here. Push the floor with your left shoulder. Gaze down. Right knee with control next to the left knee. Slide your right arm under, twist. Decompress with ease. One more time. Inhale, lift. Extend your right arm. You might feel wobbly. Breathe here, that's the idea. Last time, bring your right knee next to the left knee. Slide your right arm under. Breathe here. Draw the left shoulder back. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And I extend your right leg to 90 degrees. So I'll be here so you can see what I mean. Your knee and your foot, your right foot and your left knee will be aligned together. Align your left hand with your left knee. Lift your arm up, inhale. Exhale, reach your right fingertips further away from you. You can bring your left forearm on the floor. Reach here. Draw the left hip back, draw the right hip back. Listen, power your belly, push the left hand down to lift your right hand all the way up. Right hand behind your hip, lift your left arm. Gaze over the right shoulder, lift, breathe. Inhale, gaze forward. Left forearm on the floor, reach with your right hand up and forward. Fingertips on the floor, draw your hips back, breathe. Awaken your body. Push the floor with your left hand, lift your right arm, all the way behind you, lift your left arm up and over. Opening the hip flexors, awakening the body. One last time, inhale, left forearm on the floor, right fingertips further away from your body, draw the hips back. Last time, push the left hand down, lift your right arm all the way up, open your heart, breathe in. And now with your next breath, bring both hands over your head. Bring your right knee next to the left knee. Bring your hands down, child's pose. Lengthen. Notice your progress there where you are. Notice your progress as your body is starting to decompress through your practice. Notice how your body is creating inner space, physically, mentally, emotionally. And the power comes from your breath, from your gaze, and from your intention of creating that ease in your whole system. From here, inhale, tuck your toes under, and then come all the way to plank pose. Lift your shoulders over your wrist. For some of you, your knees are on the floor. Push the floor, create that slight roundness. Feel your arms strong. Knees off the floor. If you have that available for you today, hug your belly in. Slowly come to downward facing dog. Your feet will be, depending on your flexibility, the less flexible, the wider your feet will be. Bend your knees and lift your sitting bones up. Keep bringing your chest towards your thighs for now. And now slowly lengthen one leg and then the opposite leg. Now, press your fingers to the floor. Keep that same engagement we talked about earlier, pulling energetically your wrist to the right and to the left. And now imagine that block between your elbows. Squeeze that block. And now lift your kneecaps up. Breathe and feel that. Good. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. From here, feel free to walk your dog side to side, still warming up. You can bring a little twist into it with a little attitude. Find whatever brings you ease to decompress from a place of compassion. So when we come from a place of compassion, our mind is happy. It's quiet. Slowly, slowly gaze forward, come into your plank pose. Lower your knees with control, all the way down. Good. We're going to the other side. Keep your right knee where it is. Extend your left leg out. Press the outer blade of your foot. Bring your right wrist will be slightly in front of your shoulder. Squeeze your inner legs. Bend the left elbow, lift up. I'm already wobbling on that side, so squeeze your glutes. Your glutes are there to stabilize you. Squeeze your inner thighs. And now push the floor with your right shoulder. Breathe here, inhale. On the exhale, gaze forward. Bring your left knee with control. Oh, I'm wobbling. Next to the right knee, slide your left arm under the right, but don't touch the floor. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale, pull your left arm, extend the left leg out again. Your whole body is working together. Engage muscle to bone from a place of ease. Inhale. Exhale, gaze forward. Left knee next to the right knee. I wasn't graceful here. Left hand under the right. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Inhale, open, last one. Extend the left leg out. Breathe and push the floor. Squeeze your inner legs. Your glutes activation is key. Good. Slowly gaze forward. Bring your left knee with control next to the right knee. Slide your left arm under. Breathe here. Slowly lift your left arm up. Listen, take your left leg out to 90 degrees. Your left foot is off your mat. Your left foot is aligned with your right knee. Lower your right forearm on the floor. Reach your left fingertips away from your body. And now draw the hips back. Just want to make sure you still can hear me. All right. Reach back, reach back. Shoulders away from your ear and shine your heart towards your crown of your head. Okay, with your next breath, push the floor with your right hand. Lift your left hand all the way behind you. Right hand comes up and over. Lift your ribs up, lengthen. Opening your hip flexors here. That's like we said, we're opening the whole body today. Inhale, gaze forward. Lower your right forearm to the floor. Reach your left fingertips forward. Draw your hips back.
One of my favorite stretches right here. If you have low back issues, it's wonderful. Okay, push the floor with your right hand, lift your left hand, reach up and over. Okay, last one. Inhale, right forearm to the floor. Reach your left fingertips forward, draw your hips back, chest forward, sitting bones back. So let your spine be long. Good. From here, inhale. Bring your left hand next to the right hand. Push the floor. Bring your left knee next to the right knee. Child's pose. Lengthen your tailbone. Reach. Gaze forward. Tuck your toes under plank pose. Shoulders over your wrists. Push the floor. Lengthen your heels behind you and hug your lower belly in. Good. Slowly lower your knees down. Lower your chest and chin down. Come to Sphinx pose. So your shoulders over your elbows, aligned with your wrists. Spread your fingers wide, bring your feet together, and I draw the heels of your hands towards your elbows. Lift your chest up, lift your pubic bone towards your navel. And now close your eyes for a moment and envision a circle of light right below your shoulder blades. Let that be your focal, not your low back, but lift that energy to the space below your shoulder blades. Good. Slowly lower your head down. Take your hands all the way behind you, palms down alongside your body. Feet together. Draw the shoulders up and back. Squeeze your inner thighs, engage your glutes, lift your feet any amount. Lift your forehead, lift your chest, lift your hands behind you. Locust pose. Again, it's not how high you go. Squeeze the inner thighs to engage your glutes, to protect your low back. Okay, so that's a back bend. Don't let your low back take over. So turn that switchboard, the light below your shoulder blades. Now the crown of the head reaching forward. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Slowly place your hands by your lower ribs. Push the floor. Come all the way to downward facing dog. Walk your dog again. Breathe. Make it feel good. In order to decompress, we have to go to those places that are stale, that have blind spots, and then we shine our inner light and our breath. Good. With your next breath, walk your hands towards your feet. Hold on to opposite elbows. If you need to bend your knees, feel free to do so. But wherever you are, lift your kneecaps, lift your shoulders away from your ears, and now lengthen your chest forward instead. So envision your shoulders are reaching the ceiling, crown of the head reaching the earth. Engage your inner legs. Breathe here. Scan your body and notice what it feels like. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. Just make it your own. It's not rigid. This is your practice. Make it feel good. Slowly release your hands. Take your hands to your shins. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Draw the shoulders back. Keep a neutral spine here, how you're bending. And slowly from here, walk your hands up your thighs, all the way up. Take a few shoulder rolls. Now slowly find your path to the top of your mat. Each step, let it mean something, let it feel. Feel what it feels like to press. Go at your own pace, right foot or left foot first, it doesn't matter. Just feel your body. Feel the earth beneath you and feel the elevation of freedom through the crown of your head. Breathe here. Take your hands to face your thighs. Spread your toes wide. Big toes touch together. That's one variation. If you need to open your feet wider, you can do that too. Mountain pose, Tadasana. So press your feet again. Squeeze your inner thighs. Lift your lower abdomen up. Draw the shoulders back and down. And your ears will be aligned with your shoulders. Crown of the head lengthening. Breathe here, Tadasana. Feel the sense of strength and length in your body. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your head to your heart. Set your intention and notice what decompression means to you today. How can you find that from a place of ease and compassion? Okay. So, watch me first. I'm going to go to the side of the mat just so you can see what I'm doing. Go again as low as your body allows you and take your hips back. So we're going to come from here. I'm going to take my left knee behind the right. I'm going to draw my arms to the right. Here I am, okay? Power the right leg, lift all the way up, inhale. And then we'll go to the opposite side. We'll do that 4 times. So come to the top of your mat, just warming up the hips. Lift your arms over your head, inhale. On the exhale, left knee behind the right knee. Draw your arms to the right, gaze to the right. Draw your hips back. Take the weight away from your right knee. Gaze forward, power your right foot. Bring your left foot next to the right foot, hands over your head. Inhale. Exhale, go to the opposite side, to the left. Draw your arms behind you. Take your hips back. So lift your left fingers, your left toes off the floor. That will take care of that. Good. Power forward through the left leg. Lift your right leg next to the right, arms over your head. Your heart rate is going to come up. Inhale. Exhale, travel to the right. Lift your right toes. Lift your heart. Gaze forward. Lift. Lower. Last one. Inhale. Right knee behind the left knee. Swing your arms to the left. Lift your left toes off the floor. Breathe. Maybe you go a little lower. Notice what that feels like. Remember decompressing, and now power your left foot down. Lift your arms. Bring your right foot next to the left. Ooh, hands to your heart center. Find ease and quietness here. Inhale, lift your arms over your head. Exhale, forward, forward. Inhale, halfway lift. You can use your blocks, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, hands down, plank pose. Shoulders over your wrist, push the floor. Lower your knees down, chest and chin, low plank. Inhale, cobra, low or high cobra, shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. With your next breath, lift your left leg up, spread your toes. Bring your left foot to the outside of your left pinky toes. So bring your hips forward. You could lower your right knee or keep it off the floor. This time your right forearm comes down to the floor. Reach your left fingertips. We've done this before. So lift your left fingertips, draw the hips to the midline, and now the tendency is to drop your head. Lift your head and shine your chest forward. Keep breathing here. Remember, you can always put your right knee down or a block under your right thigh. Just opening the hip flexors here. Good. All right. With your next breath, bring your left hand next to the right hand.
Lift your right elbow off the floor so you're now on both hands. Lift your right heel further up. And now power, you're going to bring your right knee behind your left knee like we just did before. You could come on your fingertips or on your blocks. Whichever way works for you, it's all good. Inhale, power to come forward, right knee behind the left knee. Take your arms to the left. Squeeze, breathe here. Okay, gaze towards your mat, place both hands on the mat. Take your right leg back, take your left leg back, open your hips, tuck your hips, three-legged dog, gaze over the right shoulder, draw the right hip back. Square your hips, inhale, all 5 toes are down, hug your thighs towards one another, lower your left leg. Inhale, gaze forward, lift your right leg up, spread your toes, right foot outside of your right pinky toe. You can always drop your left knee and bring your right foot forward. Then you lift your left knee up. Okay, lower your left forearm to the floor, reach your right fingertips further away from you. Hug your right knee into the midline. Keep your neck long. Find ease here. If it means that for you to drop your knee, do so. If you like to place a block under your left thigh, you can do that too. Lengthen the tailbone back and the rib cage forward. Okay, slowly, slowly bring your right hand in. Lift your left elbow off the floor. Come to your blocks or your fingertips. Shift your way back just slightly to come forward. Left knee behind the right knee. Good. Draw your arms, swing your arms to the right. Breathe here. Gaze forward. Place your hands to your mat. Take your left leg all the way back. Take your right leg back. Bend your knee and open your hips. Gaze over the left shoulder. Draw the left hip back. Good. Slowly square your hips. Lower your right leg down. Take a child's pose. Take a moment to soak that in. We're going to put this on the back burner for now. We'll come back to that. I just wanted you to feel the sensation and the mobility, okay? I said a little flowy today, decompressing, energizing, all from the place of ease. And as always, please explore, notice what you feel and where you feel. Want to make sure that you can still hear me. All right. Now watch me again, and we're just going to do another little heating sequence. We're going to come up to down dog. We're going to shorten the dog just slightly. So watch me first. Open your feet as wide as your hips, maybe even a little bit more. Now my right hand goes to the left ankle or the shin. Lengthen the hips back. Gaze forward. Left knee comes to the right elbow, twist. Extend it out. We'll do that one more time. Right hand to ankle and shin. Okay, so you're ready. Shorten your dog, come to your downward facing dog. Oh. Okay, good. Thank you, Vicky. All right, down dog. Draw the hips back. Right hand to your left ankle or your shin. Lengthen those hips back. Shine your sitting bones back. Gaze forward. Place your right hand back. Left knee to your right elbow. Twist. Lift high. Take it all the way back. One more time. Right hand to your left ankle or your left shin. Draw the hips back. Gaze forward. Left knee to your right elbow. Breathe.
You can always bring your right knee down and do the modification. Take a break if you need to. Inhale. With the next breath, left hand to your left ankle, I'm going to show the modification. I'm going to lower my knee. I'm going to lift my right leg off, my right knee off the floor. My left hand is going to touch my knee. I'm going to lengthen, inhale, and then twist. That's your modification. If not, you're going to come to that dog again, inhale. Left hand to your right ankle or shin. Draw the hips back. Gaze forward, right knee to your left elbow. Twist. Power. Use your own body's weight. Lengthen. One more. Left hand to your left ankle. Come forward. Knee to your left elbow. Twist and lift high. Slowly lengthen. Bring your hands to your feet. Take your hands behind you. If you have your strap here, that's the time to do it. Grab your strap. Sometimes even if you're flexible, it's nice to use the strap. Maybe about 1 foot length. Take it behind you. Draw the shoulders back and down. Come all the way up. Okay. Open your feet wide. Inhale. Lift your chest. Breathe here. Now again, don't compress your low back. So lift your back ribs. Lengthen your tailbone. Inhale here. Exhale forward. Fold. Bring your arms over your head. Bring your shoulder blades back and down. Lift your kneecaps. Lift your sitting bones towards the ceiling. Create space between your shoulders and your ears. Like I said before, explore bending one knee, maybe you turn and twist to the left. Notice what feels best for you, what brings ease to you, and then change. Slowly come forward, release your strap if you have it, hands to your hips, power your glutes and your core, slowly come up. Shoulders back, breathe. Hands to your heart center, bring your feet together. Take a moment to check in. Breathe in and breathe out. Maybe this time with your eyes closed, notice if you can find your path. Maybe you're in a flashlight. Your breath will keep you centered enough for you to walk through the path. 1 foot, find the earth to guide you, support you, and then bring your left leg in front of the right. Okay, so again, wobbly, but find stability somewhere. Try to find that space within you where your ego doesn't talk, but your inner voice, the true sense of who you are, has a voice to come forward. All the way to the front of your mat and breathe. So now look at yourself, see if you are kind of like missed a little bit. So I'm gonna find my center. That'll be a good exercise to do. And we're gonna start with that flow now. So everything we did now was kind of like planting seeds, and now we'll start to see where is our practice gonna take us. Remember, decompressing with ease and compassion, love, togetherness. Inhale, lift your arms up, Urdhva Namaskar. Exhale, Uttanasana. Find your blocks in front of you if you have them. Inhale, halfway length. Exhale, plank pose, left leg goes back, right leg goes back. Shoulders over your wrists. Listen, lower your left knee down. Extend your right leg to that modified plank. I'm gonna do it just one time. Lift your right arm, inhale, whoa, wobbly. Remember, you can lower your right knee as well if you need to. Inhale here, exhale, we're gonna slide the right arm under. Draw the left hip back, chest forward. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Gaze down, plank pose. Chaturanga, you can lower your knees, chest and chin, do anything that works for you. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg lifts. Spread all 5 toes. Engage your right hip to the midline. Gaze forward, bring your left foot forward, low lunge. Bring your blocks, framing your left foot. Lift your hip points up, engage your right leg. If you need to bring your knee down, you can. And then lift your heart, inhale. On the exhale, straighten your left leg, draw your hips back. Inhale, come forward. Bend your knee, lift your heart. Do anything that works good for you. Exhale, draw the left hip back. Chest forward, shoulders back. Pay attention, we're going with ease, so we're able to practice and to notice what the practice is giving us, what feedback. Inhale, draw the right hip, the right knee down, lift your hips high, engage your glutes. Exhale, draw the left hip back. Breathe here, chest forward. Good. Slowly bend your left knee, move the blocks out of your way, plank pose. Shoulders over your wrist. If you like to go to Chaturanga, feel free to do so. We will meet you in downward facing dog. Okay, side B, inhale, plank pose, shoulders over your wrist. Lower your right knee down. Place your left foot out. Lift your left hand up. Modified side plank with your balance here. Makes a big difference with the right shin being parallel here. Lift. Ooh. Inhale here. Remember, your left knee can come down if you need to. Otherwise, left hand under your right. Ooh. That side is always challenging for me. Breathe. Draw the right hip back. Again, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my weaknesses. I'm awakening my body and the blind spots. Slowly lift your left arm up. Inhale. Gaze down. Plank pose. Shoulders over your wrist. Lower your knees down, chest and chin, Chaturanga. Any variation that works for you. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, lengthen. Okay. Feet together, right leg lifts. Spread your toes. Gaze forward, right foot forward. Runner's lunge. Find your blocks. Draw the hip, the right hip back, your chest forward. Left knee strong, either up or down. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, straighten your right leg. Hug your hips towards one another. Lengthen your chest forward. Inhale, lower, open your heart. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale, lower. Lift your heart, inhale. Draw your hips back to bring your left foot to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Hands to your glutes or to your hips. Inhale, bend your knees. With the power of your core and your glutes, lift all the way up. Urdhva Namaskar. Hands to your heart center. Take a moment, breathe here and breathe out. If you need a water break, this is the time to do it before we carry on to the next flow. Take a moment here to notice again the earth beneath you. Spread your toes. Feel your metatarsals pressing down your inner and outer heel. Inner arches lifting you up through your pelvic floor. Shoulders broad. Decompressing. Ease, compassion. Inhale, lift your arms up. Urdhva Namaskar, maybe a little bit. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, right leg goes back. Left leg goes back, plank pose. Make sure your feet are open as wide as your hips. You can always lower your knees again. Remember, we escalating up a little bit, but still with ease, so you have modifications. Go to the outer blade of your left foot. Your left knee can always come down. Lift your right arm up. Inhale. Push the floor with the left shoulder. Slide your right arm under your left arm. Twist, lift. Inhale, open. Push the floor, stay here. Only one time here. Gaze forward, lower your right hand down, come to your plank pose. Lower down if you like, or meet us in downward facing dog. Child's pose is always an option. We're going slow. We don't want that practice to be just a workout. My goal for you is for your practice to be a work in through the heat of the practice. Let it be a space to decompress, to feel, to let go, to energize. With your next breath, feet together, lift your left leg up, gaze forward, left foot forward, runner's lunge. Squeeze your inner thighs together, breathe here. Hug your right thigh in. Engage your right kneecap. Lengthen your chest forward. Place your right hand to the corner of your right mat. Bend the left elbow, easy twist. Remember, your right knee can come down if you need to. Breathe here. Squeeze the glutes. Lift your heart. And now bring your right ribcage towards your left inner thigh. For some of you, your right knee is going to come down and going to lift the right hand, windmilling the arms. Some of you that want a little bit more, you're going to lift your right knee. Now listen carefully. Bring your hands over your head, straighten your left leg. If you need to bring your right knee down, you can do the same variation just here. Inhale here. Exhale, twist, bend your left knee. Make sure your knees are aligned with your ankle. Lift your heart, lift your hip points up. Inhale, gaze forward, lift your arms, straighten your leg. Ho, 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 heat. Inhale, one more time. Exhale. Good. Squeeze here, breathe. Inhale, lift up. Every heel has a valley. Here is your valley. Bend your left knee. Bring your hands to the inside. Drop your right knee down. And now take your left leg all the way out like we did earlier, 90 degrees. Your left foot is aligned with your right knee, and your left leg is off your mat. Walk your left fingertips forward. Slide your right arm underneath you. As far in as possible so you get your right scapula stretched out. Oh, my heart rate is up. Draw those hips back. Draw the right shoulder and your right hip energetically to the right. Find ease. Slow down the vibrations. Decompressing. In order to know where to decompress, we have to be aware where we have blind spots. Some of you will stay here. If you want a little bit balancing and some core activation, bring your left hand by your rib cage or close to your chest. First, engage your spine. Second, engage your left glute, and then lift your left leg diagonal. Your left leg has to be super strong. This is plenty. Some of you want a little bit more. Lift your right foot off the floor, the right shin off the floor. And if you want really a little bit more, bend your left knee. Oh, don't, well, I almost fell. And now lift the left knee towards the ceiling. So that's a lot of work here. Breathe. If you're just stretching, stay where you are. That's where you need to be today. With your next breath, extend the left leg out. Bring your left knee next to the right knee, slide your right arm out. Child's pose. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Let go, let go, let go. So the important thing here is not just to do the practice. There is the practice when we get into it, then when we in it, and when we come out of it, there is an exchange of energy. And that's where we need to calm down the vibrations to exhale what we need to, so we're ready and clear for the next flow. Here we are, second flow, coming to your downward facing dog. Come into plank pose, shoulders over your wrists. Go to the outer blade of your right foot. Remember, you can lower your knee down if you need to. You can come to your forearm if you need to. Lift your left arm. Squeeze the inner thighs and push the floor with your right shoulder. Inhale here, only one time. Slide your left arm under your right. Notice where you are in your body. Feel it. Squeeze and lengthen. Pull your left arm. Inhale. Exhale. Plank pose, chaturanga, or downward facing dog. You can lower your knees. Do whatever feels good for you. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe. All right. Right leg lifts. Spread all 5 toes. Gaze forward, right foot forward. Runner's lunge. Lower your knee down if you need to. Breathe. Draw the right hip back. If your knee is up, let it be active. Lift your left kneecap. Lift your hip points, your lower belly up. Squeeze your inner thighs together as if you have a block. And now take your left hand, place it to the left corner of your mat. Bend your right elbow and extend the arm. Easy twist. Shine your left ribcage towards your inner right thigh. Power your belly. Now remember, you could lower your left knee. We're going into windmilling the arms. Come all the way up, twisting to the right. Your knee can come down. Gaze forward, inhale, lift your arms over your head, straighten your right leg. Draw the right sitting bone back, the right hip back. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale, go slow. Slow is much harder, lower. You can definitely lower your knee even halfway. Still working hard. Breathe. Inhale, straighten. Notice where your blind spots shine your inner light there. Last one, bend and twist. Breathe here. Decompressing. Always the light is waiting for you. The bright light on the other side. Lift your arms, straighten your right leg. Inhale. Bend your right knee. Bring both hands to the inside of your right foot. Lower your left knee down. Extend your right leg out 90 degrees. I'll come this way so you can see me. Your right leg will be to your right off your mat. From here, right fingertips forward. And left hand comes all the way up. Slide it under your right arm as close as possible to your right foot. Breathe here. Draw the hips back. Nurture your body here. For some of you, you have to bend and straighten your right knee a few times. The more ease you find, the more you will be able to decompress. If we go from a place of aggression, your nerve system, your sympathetic nerve system is going to take over and it's going to shut down at one point. When we go slow, steady, gentle, your parasympathetic nerve system, the relaxation mode, kicks in and then we start to evolve. Breathe. Okay, some of you are going to stay here. Some of you are going to go to child's pose. Some of you will bend the right elbow and bring the right hand by your chest. Engage your spine, engage your right glute, lift your right leg diagonally. Dorsiflex your ankle. Squeeze your right arm into the midline energetically. If you have more, lift your left foot and shin off the floor. And if you have more, bend your right knee and lift the knee towards the ceiling. Push. Take a moment, breathe, find ease in this pose. With your next breath, extend the right leg out. Lower your left shin down. Bring your right knee next to the left knee. Slide your left arm out. Child's pose. Breathe in and breathe out.
Stay where you are for another breath or so. If you need a water break again, we're doing a lot of everything here. So your heart rate is going up and down. Okay, so far so good with the sound. I'm very happy. The prayer of intention, I hope it will stay like that till the end of the class. And then slowly, slowly, walk your hands towards your knees. Come all the way up. We'll go into Ustrasana, camel pose, or variation of camel pose. The important part here is we already open in all directions, so we have more opening, but we want to keep the hips forward. So you have to squeeze your glutes. Every time we do a back bend, which is a heart opener, you want to engage your glutes so your low back doesn't take over. And then there is that leg. So that little switchboard below your shoulder blades, that's your point of intention or attention. From there, you're opening your chest, not from your low back. So let's see. Inhale, lift your arms all the way up. Find that little ball of light below your shoulder blades. Squeeze your glutes and your inner thighs. Now, some of you will tuck your toes under. It just depends where you are. And then slowly, slowly reach with your right hand towards your thigh or towards your heel. If that feels okay, then take your left hand behind you. Okay? Now, lift the back ribs up towards the back of your head. And now lengthen your thighs towards the front wall. Lengthen, lengthen. Your head will come last. Bring the tongue to the roof of your mouth. Breathe here for 3. Breathe here 2. And 1. Slowly, slowly release your arms. Bring your hands forward. Lift your hips high. Walk your hands towards your feet again. Good. Open your feet, hip width apart. Find your peace fingers and then hook your peace fingers over your big toe and seal it with your thumb. Okay, so you're creating like a little ring here. Many of you will have to bend the knees. And then on the exhalation, engage your kneecaps up. Draw the shoulders away from your ears and then lengthen your sitting bones up any amount. Your elbows will be bent, that's a different variation. And then lift your hips. Lengthen, lift your kneecaps up. Bring your chin in, the slight flexion of the spine here. Breathe.
Keep lifting your shoulders back. Good. Bend your knees. Slowly release. Open your feet wide and come into Malasana, yogic squat. If this is super hard for you, then put block and sit on the block. If you have a little bit more, walk your upper arm into your inner leg and then resist your arms. Lengthen your tailbone, lift your ribs up. So that's an active stretch here. If you have crow, or if you like to go to a tripod headstand, you can go from here as well. So if you have crow or tripod, just go ahead. If you just stay here, stay here. If you like to just notice what it's like to put weight on your shoulders, you can spread your fingers wide and open your palms wider than your shoulders, so it gives you a bigger stance. Keep the resistance and now come all the way to your tippy toes. If you have a block, you can put the block right on the low setting under your head, okay? And then you can lift one leg or second leg. Push the floor, create a resistance, and then see if you can lift your head off your block just slightly. Just play with that. Wherever you are, slowly come out of it. Push the floor, bring your feet to neutral. Bend your knees, hands to your hips, power your glutes, and slowly come up. Draw the shoulders back and down. Bring your hands to your heart center and walk to the front of your mat. Eyes closed or open. Practice makes perfect, or whatever perfect is, but definitely progressing. Okay. And rest. Okay, we have the last flow. We're gonna put it all together. We'll add a few things to it. So remember what we did in the beginning of the class. If you need to bring from down dog, if you need to bring your left knee down, your right knee down to bring your left foot to the side, you can do that. Just follow directions. I'll go slow. We did all of the stuff, or most of the stuff together. And then we're gonna, remember from here, we're gonna come to that little curtsy with the arms. We're gonna come down with the hands. The right leg goes back. We're gonna lift that leg and then go from there. So let's come to the front of your mat. Inhale, lift your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Either jump into chaturanga or go to plank and lower down. Wherever you are, do your best. Lower. Cobra or up dog. Come all the way to downward facing dog. All right, lift your left leg up. Inhale. Left leg to the outer left pinky toe. Keep your right hand where it is. Lengthen your left arm forward. Just a little different here. Push, push, push. From here, both fingertips to the floor, or maybe just with your right hand, bring your right knee behind your left knee. Power up, twist to the left. Lift your left toes off the floor. That will make it more challenging. Good. Slowly gaze down to your mat. Bring your hands down. Take your right leg back. Lift your left leg all the way up and open your hip. Gaze over the right shoulder. Good. Square your hips. Lengthen your left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left foot forward. Runner's lunge. Keep your right hand, easy twist open. Push the floor to bring your right hand off the floor for a twist. Lift your arms, straighten your left leg, inhale. And now on the next breath, flatten your right leg, coming into warrior two. So align your feet, take your time. Hands to your ribs. Bend your left knee with your second toe. Engage your right thigh and now twist the ribs to the right. Warrior two. Breathe here. Go low. Inhale, right hand down, lift your left arm up, and reverse the warrior. Keep breathing. Extend your left arm, inhale. Drop your thumbs down. Left elbow under the right elbow, eagle arms. Heel to your left foot to the left. And now lengthen your spine, come into humble warrior. Lower your right knee, can come down by lifting the right heel up. Bring the shoulder to the in, draw the left hip back. Lengthen the chest forward and draw the shoulders away from your ear. Now can you squeeze your pelvic floor as if you're holding a block? Okay, slowly release your arms, come all the way up, straight legs. Turn your left foot in. Take your hands to your hips. Take a moment, breathe here, inhale. Exhale. Remember, let go of the tension before we go to the next thing. This is not a marathon, but it is a heated practice. Lift your ribcage up, inhale. Exhale, forward fold, Prasarita, Padottanasana. You can bring your hands under your shoulders and lengthen your tailbone. You can bring your hands underneath your feet. Some of you, you know who you are, can go into a headstand from here with this variation. Lift your kneecaps. Do whatever feels good for you. Free choice of Prasarita. Wherever you are, draw the shoulders away from your ear and then lengthen your sitting bones towards the ceiling. All right. Slowly walk your hands underneath you. Bend your knees slightly. Hands to your hips. Power your glutes and your core lift up. So now watch me for a second so there won't be any confusion. Sometimes the action saves us 1,000 words. I'm gonna bring my hands over my head, bend the right knee and bring my fingertips in front of my right foot. Shifting the weight to the right, I'm gonna lift my left leg. You can stay here in an L shape. You can just bend the knee. And if you have more, keep your left hand down and then bind your right leg. Once you have the bind, resist the top of your foot with your hand to lift your knee up a little bit more. Okay? And then slowly we'll release, lower the right hand, extend the leg, open to the left, and we'll do the other side. Yes? You good? I'll turn my face towards you so you can see me. Here we are. Lift your arms up, inhale. Lengthen your spine, bend your left knee, bring your hands in front of your left foot, about 1 foot. Lift your weight to your left leg and I'll lift your right leg behind you into an L shape. Many of you just stay here. If you need blocks, please put blocks here. Both legs are active and squeeze your inner thighs. You are ducting your thighs to the midline. Bend your right leg. Sugar cone. So keep your right hand down. Then lift and reach with your left arm to the right foot. Find that and then engage and resist. So there is a back bend here. Chapasana. Lift, micro bend in your left knee. Breathe here. Good. Slowly, slowly release the bind, slowly. Bring your left hand down. Bring your right leg to the right. And then slowly travel to the right. Stay here for a moment, bend your right knee. Lengthen your chest, notice your shoulders want to hide. Draw the shoulders back as if you have suspenders towards your sitting bones. I'm still checking to make sure I'm not talking to myself. All right. And then bring your weight to your right foot, swing your left leg behind you. Keep your legs active, engage your outer glutes. Stay here or keep your left hand, bend the right knee. Reach over with your right hand, Chapasana, sugar cane here. Lift and resist. Squeeze the glutes. Again, it's a back bend, and then lift your back ribs. Find that powerhouse below your shoulder blades. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly release your leg. Take your hands down, open your legs to wide-legged. Turn both legs to the top of your mat. Lift your back heel, child's pose. Breathe and take a break. Shift your hips side to side, breathe. Slowly, slowly come up. Lift into downward facing dog. Feet together, left leg lifts. Bring your left knee to your right elbow. Pivot your right foot and now slide your left leg through. For many of you, your left knee is down and you're coming into falling triangle variation here. Some of you can extend the left leg all the way, lift your hips towards the ceiling. Breathe here, gaze down, bring your right hand down and bring your hips down. Okay, now your right foot, tuck the toes under and lift the heel up. Your knee will be off the floor as best as you can. So we're gonna come to a nice twist here. Now bring your hands closer to you and push the heels of your hands to the top of your mat. And then gaze over the left. To your best of your ability, engage your right thigh, engage your right kneecap, feel the twist here. Breathe. Beautiful. Now from here, we're gonna go a little further. Relax the right foot down to the floor. Press the outer blade of your foot, if possible, the pinky toe. We're gonna slide the left arm under the right arm. If you have a block or a pillow, it will be nice to put your head on it, okay? And then extend your right arm over your head. So now we're just emphasizing all the opening we did through the practice today. Breathe here. Feel the length from your right outer blade of your foot to your right fingertips. And now your hips are reaching your heel and your ribcage reaching the crown of your head. Find ease. Shine your inner light wherever you feel is needed. Breathe. Slowly, slowly. Bend your right hand by your chest. Push the floor, slide your left arm. Lengthen again a little bit here. And we're gonna come the way we started. So we're gonna push the floor, tuck your right toes under and slide your left leg all the way to downward facing dog. Here we are. Shake it off side to side. Come into feet together. Actually, if you want to do a vinyasa here, you feel free to do so. You can just stay in plank pose, using your own body weight. If you like to come from plank to forearm plank, you can do that too. Just for variation. I'm not a big fan of a lot of chaturangas. I feel that most of us do it wrong and get shoulder injuries. You can get strength just like that, but keeping your body in the right alignment. If you're in forearm plank, come into your hands or your knees and hands and then come to downward facing dog. Feet together, side B, lift your right leg up, spread your toes. Gaze forward, bring your right foot forward, runner's lunge. Okay, we're gonna go through the first part a little faster since we've done it a few times. Keep your left hand down, bend your right elbow, lift and twist, easy twist. Back knee can be down or up, engage the kneecap. Push the floor to come to twist, Straighten your right leg, inhale. Lower your left heel down. Preparation for Virabhadrasana 2. Oh, I'm wobbling. Okay. Align your legs again. It's not a dance, even though it's flowing. Take your time. I'm taking my time because I feel winded since I have to talk and practice, so it gets a little challenging. And then look at your legs. Hands to your ribs. Bend your right knee with your aligner with your second toe. Engage your left thigh. And now twist your ribs to the left. Extend your arms out. Go a little lower if you have that practice available for you. Squeeze your inner thighs together. And now, lower your left hand, turn your right arm up, reverse the warrior, lift the ribs, ground the sitting bones. Feel the opposition, that space in your waistline, long. Good, slowly release. Take your thumbs down. Right elbow under the left elbow, one time or twice. Walk your right heel to the right slightly. Humble warrior. Twist to the right, lower your forearms down, draw the right hip back. The right hip wants to open out, bring it into the midline, and breathe. If the left leg flat is challenging, lift the heel. Draw the right hip back, lengthen your ribcage forward. We're wringing out, we're detoxifying here. Breathe. Find ease, find compassion, and let your inner life and your breath guide you. Slowly release your arms, straighten your legs, bring your right foot in, hands to your hips. Stay here for a moment, breathe. Inhale here. This time, point your toes out. Bring your knees aligned with your second toe. Bring your hands on your thighs. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your left shoulder to the midline. Lengthen the hips, breathe here. Slowly come up. Change. Breathe and feel. Okay. Slowly come up. And now bring your feet, toes facing forward. Watch me. We're going to one more variation. You can definitely stay with the L shape, with the balance, needle, or you can go to reverse. I'll show you all the variations. So one variation will be, okay, I'm gonna bring my hands to the left, so it'll be your right, or my right, but it will be your left. That's where we're gonna go first. I'm gonna lift my left leg. Your first option is to stay here. Bring your left hand over the block or your fingertips, and then you're gonna reverse the moon, half moon, okay? If you want something different, you're gonna go to that bind, okay? Bring your left hand to the floor and a little closer to you. You can just stay here by bending the knee. If you have healthy knees, you can extend the leg and come into Titivasana, okay? Mini grasshopper, like that. Okay, some of you can just lower the leg down, but you're still doing an arm balance. And then the hard part is to power the right leg and then to come back the same way and release. So remember, you can go to the half moon variation. Your right hand will be on the floor, and then you're lengthening and you're twisting that way. All right, so wide-legged, come all the way out in here. Exhale, lift your arms up. Lower your hands to your left leg. Bend your left knee for a moment. Extend the right leg out. If you're here, keep your right hand on your block, and then you can bend the left elbow and open to revolved half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Pravarita, Ardha Chandrasana. If you like a little bit more, bend your knee. Find your foot. Bring your right hand closer to you, and then come into the Titivasana. Again, not everybody, most of us cannot do this. Don't worry about it. Find ease in your practice. Wherever you are, bring it back, and then open your leg to the right. Good. Bend your right knee. Bring your hands to the right. Lift your left leg behind you. Inner legs active, chest forward. Bring your left hand to a block or your fingertips. If you're going to revolve half moon, here you are. Bend the right elbow first. Open, your left glute is active. If you like a little bit more, bend your right knee slightly, bend your left knee. Find your left foot, and then gaze down for a moment. Bring your left hand closer to you. Lower down the elevator, extend the leg. Like I said, even if your foot is on the floor, that's okay. That's the practice. That doesn't happen overnight. Nobody is born and just can do this. Lengthen. Now push the floor. Lift the hips high. Open your left leg to the left. Turn everything to the top of your mat. Three-legged down dog. So lift your right leg up. Open, open, open. And take a child's pose just for a moment. Breathe here, take a break. Bend your elbows, hold on to opposite elbow, breathe. Find ease, find compassion, allow your head to be quiet. As if you're giving yourself an internal massage. Hopefully you can still hear me. All right. All right, so slowly, wherever you are, come up to your downward facing dog. We're coming into our series of twists here with the stretching. Feet together. Right leg lifts. Spread your toes. Right knee to your left elbow. Remember, you can lower your right knee down to the floor or pivot your left foot, falling triangle. Slide the right leg, lift your hip points up. Push the right shoulder. Lift your back ribs towards the back of your head. Gaze forward and down. Bring your left hand down, bring your hips down. Keep your left leg active. So tuck your left toes under, lift your left knee off the floor, and now bring your the heels of your hands closer to your body, and push the heels, lift your fingers, push the heels towards the top of your mat. Gaze to the right. The more you keep your left thigh active, the more you're going to feel the stretch. Lift your rib cage up. So the challenge is to find ease in the challenging places. When everything is easy, it's easy. We don't have to try hard. It's like when the lights are always on, we don't even think about it. Only when the power goes out do we appreciate the light. So appreciate the little things in your body. The practice of yoga teaches us that, to find the little light in the darkness. All right, from here, flatten your left foot, find your block or pillow if you have it. Slide your right hand underneath your left hand. Walk it, walk it, walk it, and then find a block for your head or a pillow, and slide your left arm over your head. And now you have a lateral stretch here, opening a little more than what we've done. Every time we go, we repeat the actions in different variations. The brain gets the point and starts to open and cooperate with us. Just like any intention, when we set an intention, we don't change the habits overnight. It's the repetition, the persistency of doing it again and again. That's what allows us to let go of old habits and to invite new habits to brighten our life a little bit more. So feel the length from your left fingertips to your left outer blade of your foot. Good. Slowly, slowly bring your left hand by your chest. Push the floor to slide your right arm out of there. And from here, inhale, we're just gonna come all the way up. So straighten your left leg, come into wide-legged. Take your hands behind you, inhale. And now exhale, come forward. So before we go there, internally rotate your hips, so bring the skin inwardly. And then again, it's not about going all the way down, but it's about creating the length in the hip region. So dorsiflex your feet, come down. You can come to your forearms, you can come on a block. We're not here for long. Breathe. Lengthen, ground your sitting bones down, okay? So take your hips to the back wall. So we're doing a slight posterior tilt instead of too much of the anterior tilt here. To keep the hip in neutral as best as we can. Okay, slowly walk your hands. Come all the way to your back, so bring your left leg next to the right leg. We're gonna do one, either a bridge. If you have wheel, it's in your practice, go ahead and do that. Or if you like to do sleeping tiger, legs, you can put your block under your sacrum and lift your legs up and your arms up. Or if you have shoulder stand in your practice, you can do that too. You can do a restorative bridge. Bring your heels towards your sitting bones. You can slide a block on the low or medium setting. Some of you can even go to the taller setting, and then walk your shoulders underneath you. Engage your glutes if you're doing a back bend or a wheel. Urdhva Dhanurasana, there you go, or a bridge pose. Good. Slowly, slowly release it, wherever you are. Hug your knees to your chest. Turn your inner light now as if you have this ray of soothing light, creating a sense of ease, compassion. Extend your legs out in a V position. Hold on to opposite elbows and then walk your shoulders away from each other, and then drop your arms heavy, heavy. Take all the weight out of your ankles, your shoulders, your heart. Take a deep inhale through the nose. And through the mouth, exhale. Let your body descend all the way heavy to your mat. If you did this practice that we did today, even with the notification, you did a beautiful full practice, deconstructing everything, elimination, finding ease. Swallow once and bring the tongue away from the roof of your mouth. And I envision that little circle of light right between your eyebrows, massaging your third eye, creating space between your eyebrows and your hairline. Massaging the temples of your head, softening the creases of your mouth. And I envision your whole body is a big house, and the lights went out. And all you have from your third eye is one little candle. Notice the power of the one little candle shining your whole inner body, physically, mentally, emotionally. Notice how you connect and appreciate the power of the one little candle within you. Let it turn the light in your mind. Let it turn the light in your chest, the throat, your arms. Let it turn the light in your belly, your hips, all the way down to your legs and to your feet. And notice through your whole inner body, where all the lights were turned off, one little candle can shine your inner landscape, can brighten any challenging situation in our lives, as long as we keep it close to us. Breathe and honor your inner light. Bend your knees. If you need to stay longer in Shavasana, please do so. Bring your hands to your heart center, where you nurture, you connect to your inner candle, your cherished inner candle, your inner flick of light. Once in a while, take a pause. Notice where you are. Be grateful for what you have and what you can do. And within your heart center, find ease, compassion, hope, and gratitude. Slowly roll over to a fetus pose. Make a pillow with your hands. And as always, before we leave the practice, fetus pose allows us the acknowledgement of the power of surrendering. But there's no past and there's no future. And the most important thing about the practice of yoga is how do we connect what we learned in our practice to guide us in our daily life. Slowly push through the upper arm, extend your top leg. Come into a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together, spread your fingers wide, and then only open the middle three fingers. So we're creating a lotus mudra. My favorite mudra, as I use it often, and I love it so much because it represents purity and love. There's something that offers ease and hope. And what's beautiful about the lotus flower is that it grows in muddy water. So from every challenging pose, from every challenging moment in our lives, there is something that we gain out of that. So try to think of the lotus flower with a little candle within and without you. Thank you for coming today. Namaste. Always an honor. Please leave me comments, feedback. I just get stronger and better and hopefully meet your needs through your comments. Next week, I think the practice will be a little different. You will have to look for connection of how to connect. I think it will not be on Facebook anymore. It might be on the Mind Body, but fitness partners will send
information, and they probably put something on Facebook so you know what you need to do. I do hope to see you again and again on the mat, since it looks like we're going to be doing this for a while. Thank you. Namaste.